Another important construction season for the City of Barrie. Council remains committed in investing in roads, infrastructure, and in the long-term growth of our community. This year, we're investing over $100 million in our roads and infrastructure, delivering 27 construction projects and resurfacing 42 kilometers of roadway. Now we'll turn to some of the major projects being led by the City of Barrie this year. Starting with the project we're standing beside today, the Via Trunk Stormwater Sewer Project, right here along Owen Street and Sophia Street East. This is one of Barrie's most significant stormwater infrastructure upgrades. It's replacing aging pipes and helping to reduce the risk of flooding in downtown Barrie. Work is progressing well, and I want to thank city staff and contractors for keeping this multi-year project moving forward, having started right down at Meridian Place, and obviously you see it up now a couple of blocks north of that. In the south end, construction continues along Bayview Drive, where we're widening the road, upgrading underground services, and adding new sidewalks and active transportation to support safer multimodal travel. In the east end, we're nearing the finish on Duckworth Street improvements and Grove Street East water main upgrades, a major project that's modernized underground infrastructure, added sidewalks, and widened the road to support growth in the northeast. We know that the construction can be disruptive, and we want to thank our residents and businesses for their patience and their understanding. In the end, these improvements will help us to get around more safely and efficiently. I'd also like to take a moment to thank all of our staff. Sherry, Bella, if you could pass that on to each of your teams, and certainly throughout the corporation. And we also want to thank the Province of Ontario and the Ministry of Transportation again for all of their continued partnership, whether it's on the 400 or the funding of different projects throughout our city. Together, we're investing in Barrie's future, building better roads, stronger neighborhoods, and a more connected city. If you'd like to get more project updates as we move along, you can go to barrie.ca/roadwork for details.
It's been 40 years of evolution. We lead with habit. The key to successful recycling is clear communication, and that's what we're leading in. We lead in thought leadership, social leadership, which includes environmental and product leadership, and we really spend time on the science of recycling and diversion. How do people interact with the bins? How do you get rid of contamination? How do you increase the recycling rate? Creating habits and education and communication on how you actually do it. Individual actions have an impact. How can we get the carbon footprint down? And we lead by carbon footprint. Like, we're the only company that maps the carbon number on all of our products, like cradle to grave. This is the carbon number on this product. And we really like to do it, not just the number, but comparatively. What did we replace in our own product line that are like, that might be more standard, and what is more out there? With this innovation, what did we do to remove the carbon footprint in that product? And that's our market position, is we make a better product. It's going to get better diversion for you and perform better for you. And the whole life cycle of that product is going to have a smaller carbon footprint than anything else you can get. Like, you recycle at home, then you go to the office, or you go to the mall, or you go wherever, and they don't have recycling, and then you just break the habit. And like I talked about with the other place, it becomes easier every time you do it. When people know that they're impactful, most people want to be impactful. And if you reinforce the fact that they and the collective had impact, then they're encouraged to have more impact, right? Most people want to do the right thing. It's just equipping them. I don't know what's next, right? But I do know that when you have a forward momentum, you're doing the right things, you're leading. The problem is, like, when you're following, you can see what's coming next because you're following, right? When you're leading, you just have to be prepared to identify, see, and do what's coming next. For a long time, we thought we were a recycling container company, and not long ago, we realized that we were actually an environmental and social good company, because that's what we do. We impact what we can.
Got him. So St. Marie among the Hurons is a living history museum that represents a very specific era in Canadian history from 1639 to 1649. So it's a reconstructed French Jesuit mission at the heart of the Huron-Wendat Nation. So here you'll see a bunch of reconstructed historical buildings. We also have an indoor museum, an introductory film, a gift shop, and a restaurant. We're so excited to welcome this new traveling exhibit from Science North that was created in partnership with Indigenous Tourism Ontario. It is called Indigenous Ingenuity, and it's about First Nations contributions to the inventions and the functioning of the broader world. So it's an opportunity to learn about First Nations contributions, but also try them out. So you have a mix of information panels as well as things you can try, like shooting a bow and arrow or finishing a game. I think for us at Ste. Marie, it's really important to center Indigenous narratives, Indigenous voices, especially in this new A&R indoor museum. It's something we've been working towards for a really long time on the historic site, but it's new to our indoor museum space, so we're really excited about that. But I think everybody benefits from learning about Indigenous inventions that have shaped the world, like the bow and arrow, like inukshuks, like wigwams. These innovations have sort of informed other scientific developments and other inventions over time. So it's a really fascinating glimpse into the Canadian narrative and how First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people have contributed to it. It's been in full swing. We've had lots of guests come through. On National Indigenous Peoples Day, I believe we had around 2,100 people trying out this exhibit, which is really cool. I think museums are often perceived as these sort of stuffy spaces, and Ste. Marie's never been that way. We've always been an interactive place, but I think having this more interactive portion to our indoor exhibit is really new and unexpected for younger audiences and for all visitors of Ste. Marie, in fact. This exhibit's actually just included in your Ste. Marie admission. So you pay $10 to $15 to visit Ste. Marie on any given day, tax included, and then it's part of your indoor museum experience, which is at the end of your visit. And it's here until September 17th.
Here you go, guys. Here's your chance.
All right, flying out in front of you right now are the aircraft of the Edenvale Classic Aircraft Foundation.
So the Edenvale Classic Aircraft Foundation is a flying museum. We have 3 aircraft. You'll see 2 of them this weekend, the de Havilland Tiger Moth and this PT-26 Cornell. And again, we're just 25 minutes northwest, so we are the closest, not just museum, but flying museum. This is a PT-26 Cornell that belongs to the Edenvale Classic Aircraft Foundation. The PT stands for Primary Trainer, and that's exactly what it was. It was the first step in training for a prospective pilot in World War II. This plane is from 1943. It's an American design by Fairchild, but it was manufactured in Canada by Fleet and Fort Erie. This and the other aircraft that'll be in the show, the Tiger Moth, are both trainers. They're both 2 seats. They both have 2 sets of controls. We offer rides. I'm very happy to offer rides Friday, Saturday, Sunday after the show, but we offer rides from our hangar in Edenvale all season. And finally, we have a Gathering of the Classics, our own event, fly-in and car show, Saturday, August 9th. Always looking for volunteers. We'd love people to come out and support us in any capacity. I'm a huge aviation enthusiast. If I wasn't here, I'd be on the other side of the fence or in the media pen. I do a lot of aviation photography. I'm a professional pilot, is my career, so I like airplanes. My dad took me to my first air show when I was about 1.5 years old in London, Ontario. In the 80s and 90s, I had the benefit of growing up in Ontario, Southern Ontario, with the London, the Hamilton, the Trent, and the Ottawa events. So, I mean, that really makes an impression on a young kid. And I'm very fortunate. I went up to the Northern Busch in Northern Ontario, learned how to fly, and got on with an airline, and now do this both for fun and to help try, like I said, like I keep saying, to keep this history alive and to keep these aircraft airworthy and to share some of my enthusiasm. The website is classicaircraft.ca. Edenvale Classic Aircraft Foundation is also online. The hangar is open every Saturday. If you've ever driven from Barrie to Collingwood on Highway 26, you'll see the aircraft on the south side. Come in, say hi. We're always looking to talk about our planes, and we're always looking for new members.
Want to share news from your area? We'd love to hear from you. Email us with your community updates and be part of the conversation.